If you're a freelancer filing your taxes right now and you're staring at an underpayment penalty, do not pay it yet. There is an IRS form that most freelancers don't know about, and it could reduce or completely eliminate that penalty. It's called Form 2210, and specifically Schedule AI, the Annualized Income Installment Method. Here's the problem. The IRS expects you to pay estimated taxes in 4 equal installments throughout the year: April 15th, June 16th, September 15th, and January 15th. Each payment should be roughly 25% of your total tax liability for the year. But if you're a freelancer, your income is almost never equal across all 4 quarters. Maybe you landed a big client in the second half of the year. Maybe Q1 was slow and Q4 was your best quarter ever. The IRS treats you like your income was perfectly smooth. It wasn't. And that's where most freelancers get hit with a penalty they shouldn't actually owe. Note: this information applies to US-based freelancers and self-employed individuals. Welcome to the Freelancer's Wealth Blueprint. Let's save you some money. First, let's talk about when the IRS charges an underpayment penalty. You'll get hit with a penalty if you owe more than $1,000 when you file your return and you didn't meet the safe harbor rules. The safe harbor says you avoid penalties if you paid at least 90% of your current year's tax liability or 100% of your prior year's tax liability, whichever is less. There's an important exception for higher earners. If your adjusted gross income was over $150,000 last year, that 100% becomes 110%. You need to have paid 110% of your prior year's tax to be in the safe harbor. The current penalty rate is 7% per year, compounded daily. On a $5,000 underpayment over several months, that can easily be $200 to $400 in penalties. Now here's where Form 2210 comes in. Most freelancers don't know that the IRS lets you calculate your estimated tax payments based on when you actually earned the money. This is called the Annualized Income Installment Method, and it uses Schedule AI on Form 2210. Let me show you how this works with a real example. Say you're a freelance web developer. In 2025, you had a slow start. You earned $10,000 in Q1, $15,000 in Q2, $20,000 in Q3, and then you landed 2 big contracts and earned $55,000 in Q4. Your total for the year is $100,000. Under the standard method, the IRS expects you to have paid roughly $5,500 in estimated taxes each quarter, totaling $22,000 by year end. But you didn't know you'd earn $100,000 until December. You paid $2,000 in April, $3,000 in June, $4,000 in September, and scrambled to pay $13,000 in January. The IRS says you underpaid the first 3 quarters and charges you a penalty. But with Schedule AI, you tell the IRS, I only earned $10,000 in the first 3 months. Annualized over a full year, that projects to $40,000. My estimated tax on $40,000 is much lower than on $100,000. So my required payment for Q1 should be much lower too. Schedule AI breaks the year into 4 cumulative periods. Period 1 covers January through March. Period 2 covers January through May. Period 3 covers January through August. And Period 4 covers the entire year. For each period, you take your actual income earned so far and multiply it by an annualization factor. For Period 1, the factor is 4. For Period 2, it's 2.4. For Period 3, it's 1.5. And for Period 4, it's 1. So in our example, Period 1 income of $10,000 times 4 equals $40,000 annualized. That's a much lower projected income than $100,000. Your required estimated payment for that quarter is based on the $40,000 projection, not the $100,000 you actually ended up earning. The result? Your required payments for the first 3 quarters are significantly lower. And that penalty you were looking at? It's reduced or gone entirely. Let me give you the actual steps to do this. Step 1. Gather your monthly income records. You need to know exactly how much you earned in each period. January through March, January through May, January through August, and the full year. Step 2. Calculate your deductions for each period too. This includes the deductible half of your self-employment tax, any health insurance premiums, and retirement contributions that apply to each period. Step 3. Complete schedule. AI on Form 2210. Your tax software can help with this. In TurboTax, look under Other Tax Situations for the Underpayment Penalty section. In Free Tax USA, find Form 2210 under the Miscellaneous menu. Tax Act also supports Schedule AI. Step 4. File Form 2210 with your tax return. Check Box C in Part 2, which indicates you're using the annualized income installment method. Now, who should use this method? This method helps you the most if your income was significantly uneven throughout the year. If you earned most of your money in the second half, this is built for you. If you had a slow Q1 and a huge Q4, definitely use it. And if you're a seasonal freelancer whose work ramps up at certain times of the year, this is your best friend. Who should not use this? If your income was roughly equal each quarter, the annualized method won't help and might actually require more work for no benefit. And if you already met the safe harbor by paying 100% of last year's tax, you don't need Form 2210 at all. One important thing to note. If you use the annualized method for any payment period, you have to use it for all 4 periods. You can't cherry pick. Also, going forward, you can use the Annualized Estimated Tax Worksheet in IRS Publication 505 to calculate your quarterly payments in real time throughout the year. This way, you're paying the right amount each quarter instead of guessing and fixing it later. If you want to learn more about quarterly estimated taxes, watch our complete guide. Link in the description. And if you want to see how much tax you actually owe as a freelancer, check out our tax calculator walkthrough. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute tax or financial advice. Consult a qualified professional for your specific situation. See you in the next one.